Alright, what's up guys, Chokosur here, and we're back with another Secret of Mana Randomizer Seed of the Week. This is number 202, and for this week we have another Vanilla Long Seed for this week. Yeah, so it is Saturday as I am recording this. So this video is going to be going up on Friday, as it has been for the last, several weeks. So, yeah, let's take a look at the flags. We have, if I can count, 9 of them. Starting off, we have Restrictive Logic, we have Flamey Drum and Logic as well, so we will need to locate that among the checks. Randomized boss elements is also a thing this seed, so we will have to be careful. We can run into anything. These bosses have randomized elemental affinities, so we will have to play accordingly. We also have hard complexity set for this seed. So hard complexity basically means that the progression items are going to be more difficult to get to. They're going to take longer to get to. They may be on chains or hidden behind chains. They could be in more obscure locations, things of that nature. So usually hard complexity means longer seeds. Usually, sometimes it's not the case, but usually it could be a longer seed. So we will have to deal with that this run. Vanilla enemies is self-explanatory. All the enemies are going to be in their vanilla spots. We have no chest drops enabled. We have find both characters at current levels. So all 3 characters are in the seed. Speaking of characters, we are going to be starting off with the boy, since we don't have a specified character start. Random status ailments are set to annoying, and last but not least, we have a 400 gold start. So yeah, like I just said, hard complexity, randomized boss elements. This could be, depending on where everything is, depending on how everything's laid out, could be a longer seed than usual. So we also have no chest drops, so money could be tight this seed. We will have to be more careful on how we spend our money, since it's going to be coming from limited sources. Enemies and bosses are the main sources of our cash this run. And of course, there could be money on checks as well. So we will have to spend wisely. Alright, so with that said, let's get started. Alright, starting with the boy. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Let's see. Okay, javelin start is decent. Alright, perfect hit, agility, and fire on the javelin. Alright, looking at one place for Gnome. Okay, so Gnome is most likely in the Fire Palace, could be in one of the chests, could be behind the Fire Seed pedestal. Okay, we can't get anything there. Armor-wise anyway, we can't. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do here is drop a save and see what this boss is here. Right now, we just want to get a sneak peek on what it is. Ugh. No thanks. That's a fire element snack, and we have a fire weapon. That is a hard no. Alright, so we still have our save here. I think we go Upperland and check the orb. Alright, needed Luna. Good to know. And chances are, if there's nothing in Moogle Village, I'm going to be set. Because, like I said earlier, money's going to be tight this seed, more than likely. And it's hard complexity, so we don't know how much money we'll have access to this run. As far as checks anyway. So we're just gonna go ahead and come over here, check out the orb, see what it is. Okay, Luna for Upper Land. And Luna's also required for Grand Palace, so we will be seeing Luna this run. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, Bow's Orb and the bow. That's a hard call actually. Nah, that's a hard call though. I would keep that. I do have an orb, but like I said, money is going to be tight. So I would rather reset out of that. I know I could have probably kept that and then forged it, but I would rather keep every gold piece that I have right now. Okay, nothing there. So we're just gonna stick with our javelin for now. Alright, Mech 3 has the spear. So we won't have to worry about the spear this run. Dryad seed and a cave. We rope out, we go to Gaius Naval. Alright, needed Dryad, okay. Nothing there. So Dryad also required for this run. And he is hoping that Dryad doesn't troll me like she has on the last two Seed of the Week. Seed of the Week seeds. But who knows? I mean, hard complexity is a thing, so we'll just have to find out. Okay, so chances are, it depends on what's in the shop too. Chances are I'm not safe splitting these bosses, right? I don't think I am. Alright, Spear Orb, we don't care about that. Salamando required for Earth Palace. Okay. And a Jav Orb. I could force that, but I want to check the shop first though. I definitely want to check the shop first. Okay, what do we got here? Chest guards. Ooh, okay, this is actually a pretty good shop. Spiky suit and elbow pad. Okay, let's go spiky suit. Let's go elbow pad. We sell the overalls for a little bit of money. Yes, it's 90 bucks. Let's see, 15 defense. I could save split, but I don't think I'm going to. I can check them though. We can check and see what they are. Because thing is, randomized boss elements can be a little scary in early game, depending on what is, what you're fighting. That's an earth element Hydra, no thanks. We don't want any part of that. The reason why we don't want to fight that is because Hydra is one of those bosses that has more base HP than other bosses do. And chances are we won't be doing too much damage to that thing. Okay, we might be able to fight this though. Yeah, he's out of MP already. There we go. And conversely, Mech Rider is one of those bosses that doesn't have a lot of HP in general. Well, Mech 1 and Mech 2 don't. Mech 3 actually does. So I'm pretty sure that was either Mech 1 or Mech 2. Alright, Spear's Orb and nothing. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and reset out of that. I mean, I would fight that Hydra, yeah, but it's gonna take a little bit of time. So I would rather save that for later and just move on. Alright, level 2, that's fine. Alright, so we know there's nothing at Kilroy that we have to worry about. Alright, Bow Orb, kill this guy, and we rope out. Okay. We got Elbow Pad, we got Spiky Suit, 15 defense right now, not too bad. Alright, so I think the play is to go to Kaipo, we check the shop. We don't have a lot of money right now, because we spent it on armor earlier. Check the shops, check the hint. Not needed gnome. Okay. We know where gnome is though, but we don't need gnome for Grand Palace. Gnome could be needed elsewhere though. Alright, Golden Vest, Wolfband. Alright. Now we know gnome is in the Fire Palace somewhere, because we got a hint for that earlier. I'm trying to decide if I want to go for ruins right now. I think we can. Yeah, I think we can just go for ruins right now. Should probably make a save though. Depends on what the boss is though. What you got? Okay, bandana. I'm actually gonna pick this up. Alright, Ruby Vest, Frosty Ring. And that way I have 3 pieces of equipment on. Not the best equipment, but it'll work for now. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and drop a save. We should be okay, I think. At level 2, I think we should be fine. But the reason we drop a save there is just in case we actually can't kill this boss. If it's something like Fire Elemental. Then we can just reset, because we don't want to be fighting Fire Element bosses right now since our only source of damage is fire. Alright, here's hoping we don't get slowed on the way through here by these zombies. Let's just hope that this boss isn't like Dark Lich or anything, because Dark Lich can spawn in this spot. Could be a dragon. Who is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, this will work. Yeah, this will definitely work. It looks like it's Dryad element. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Speaking of Dryad element bosses, we definitely have to be careful around them because obviously they have Sleep Flower, they have access to Wall. Well, Wall doesn't mean anything right now, but Sleep Flower does though. Alright, Bow's Orb and Shade. Okay, Shade. Shade is nice. We can't utilize that right now since we don't have the sprite. We know that the upper land orb is Luna, so Luna is most likely early somewhere. Alright, what do we got? Tiger suit, circlet. Okay, Quarter Hood's there. We can't afford any of that stuff though. Yeah, like I said, money is going to be tight this seed, for sure. So that's the main reason why I don't want to be killing a bunch of bosses right now. We don't want to spike their levels up too fast. Well, I should say spike their stats up too fast. We don't want to do that. Alright, girl has the light seed. Okay, sure. I'm gonna assume Luna is early because it is hard complexity. The Flamey Drum, we don't know where it is, but ooh, okay, 1800 gold is nice. We don't know where the Flamey Drum is, but it is hard complexity, so I'm gonna assume that it's probably in some obscure location. Alright, so we got the girl who came with the axe, has int and ice on it, which is nice. Ooh, actually, let's swap weapons here. We can grab that quilted hood I just saw at the shop for her. And since we did come across some cash in the treasury, yeah, we'll grab this for now. Go ahead and give this to you. Alright, so we have the axe, we have the girl, we have Shade. We can't do anything with that though. I think my next play is probably to check the sword pedestal, I would say. Okay, nothing on that side. And this axe is ice element apparently, so we can actually kill the fire element snake that's in Potos that we saw earlier. Okay, we're getting slept. Yeah. Yeah, those guys can randomly put you to sleep. I mean, they're not like trap flowers where they automatically put you to sleep as soon as they see you, but those guys can just randomly put you to sleep. It's rare, but they can do it. Alright, let's save. There might be something at the sword pedestal, but you never know. We'll check that. Hit that. Okay. Let's try to make a little bit of extra money here. Alright, Luna and Potos. Ooh. Okay. So, let's see. Luna could be... Luna could be at Mantis Ant. Worst case scenario, she's at Water Palace. Okay, Luna's right there. Alright, never mind. Never mind, Luna's right there. Alright, we do have a seed, so we're gonna cast Luna Boost 3 times here, get that up to level 1. There we go. And that way our moon energy gives us 2 hits instead of 1. And which means instead of casting it after every attack, I have to cast it after every 2 attacks. Alright, so we are going to... I think we saw Golem Ring here earlier. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna pick up... I could pick up 2, but that's okay. I'm actually gonna pick up just 1 for now. And then what we do is we equip Golem Ring to the boy, and we'll give her the elbow pad. And that way she'll have something. She'll have 3 pieces of equipment. She's gonna keep her Kung Fu suit on for now. Alright, save. And we're gonna go ahead and fight this snake this here. Snake. Alright. Alright, starting off with a crit is really good. Alright, he is fire elemental, so we do need to be careful of Blaze Wall. And speaking of Blaze Wall, there it is. Quite unfortunate though, that was on her. Alright, that's bad too actually. Because now his defense is up. Oh, wow. Oh, you got both of us with that. Yeah, fire element bosses are annoying because of this. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can try to cast cancel it, yeah, but we really can't right now. You just gotta suck it up. There we go. Alright, Snake down, Sword Orb, and Sea Hair Tail. Okay. Sea Hair Tail is good to see there. Alright, so let's see. I think my next play is to drop a save at Nico's. And save split Undini's cave. Pretty sure that's my next play. But yeah, when you're dealing with randomized boss elements, certain elemental bosses are just annoying to deal with. Salamander is one of them. Well, Salamander not as much, but the main culprits are Dryad and Sylphid. And Luna. Dryad, Sylphid, and Luna are the main 3 culprits. Salamander's less annoying, but it's annoying. Mech Rider. Okay, this guy's Dark Element looks like. Got him. Nice. Alright, this spell is fine. There we go. But yeah, Dryad, Luna, and Sylphid are the most annoying elemental bosses to deal with. Followed by Salamander. Lumina can be a little annoying because of Lucid Barrier. But that's only if you don't have any magic. If you have magic, then that doesn't matter. Alright, Glove Orb. Let's see, what do we got here? Boom orb, boom orb. Nope, we reset. We want to keep these enemy levels low because again, we don't have access to a lot of money, and therefore our armor is going to be, you know, not that good later on, more than likely. Alright, so nothing at Undini's cave. I'm actually thinking about doing Witch's Castle here because we have the axe and we're already here, so we might as well just do it. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, so now I'm pretty sure we're looking for the sprite at this point because we do have Luna. So we can get through Upper Land, but we need the sprite, so we need to find him. And there's only so many locations he can be at. Keep in mind we still have Tropicala spot we haven't done yet, and Dwarf Village. Alright, chairs are automatically attacking. This place is weird because sometimes when you come through here, the chairs, I'm not safe splitting this. The chairs, they will just leap at you right from the jump, and sometimes they won't. I actually don't know what causes that. It's just weird. Okay, we can kill these, sure. Nice. Alright, level 6. What's the necessary say? Find whip in the Empire. Okay, so we know where the whip is. Not exactly, but we know what area it's in. So that means we don't have to go looking for that later on. Alright, who is this? Vampire? Ooh, light element. Okay. This might be slightly annoying if you cast Lucid Barrier. Got him. Or if he does that. Got him. Here's hoping he doesn't cast Lucid Barrier, which he certainly can. Just grab him. Yep. I honestly might just swap to the javelin here. I might just swap weapons. But I think we're doing okay so far. Ah. Okay, he's not casting Lucid Barrier, which is a good thing. Got him. Nice. That's basically what we wanted to see. We did not want to see Lucid Barrier there because then it just takes longer to kill him. Because I'd have to smack him and bring his barrier down, and Yeah, Lumina is just one of those elementals that can be very annoying when you don't have offensive magic. All right, Axe Orb. All right, let's see what's here. Okay, there's a Sprite. And there's Lumina. Alright, so let's see. Sprite came with the gloves, Garnet's gauntlets, darkened strength. We're gonna give the axe to the Sprite. And we're gonna give the gloves to the girl. And I'm out of here. Alright, so we have Sprite. Could just go to Upland right now, honestly. But I need to go back to Tropicalo spot and clear that out. I'm out of range. Okay, we should be good now. Yep. I'll get Sprite spells up to level 1 real quick. Are we close to leveling? Not really. We have 1100 gold too. Another reason why I'm coming back to Dwarf Village is to get the Sprite some armor. You can throw 2 of these out. Yeah, we gotta get the Sprite some armor. We have 1100 gold, so let's see. I think we go. Probably can go fancy overalls. And elbow pad. Yeah, we go like this, I think. He doesn't have a helmet though, which I can't do anything about right now, honestly. We are gonna drop a save though. Alright, so we know this boss coming up is a Hydra or Jabberwocky, either one. I don't know which one it is. And he is Earth Element from what I saw earlier. Yeah, he's Earth Element. Alright, so we're just gonna unload Dark Force on him. I think this is Hydra though. Yeah, this is definitely Hydra because he has higher defense than Jabberwocky. Try to get her up here. I wonder if I should have evil gated at the start. I don't know. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to fight him earlier. Because Hydra actually has a lot of HP. There we go. Because I think if I would have fought him earlier as the boy, it would have taken like 3 or 4 minutes to whittle his HP down. Even at level 1, his HP is higher than other bosses. Alright, Jav Orb, Fire Seed, and nothing. Okay, Fire Seed is nice, actually. I'm gonna take that. We already checked Kill Orb. We know there's nothing there. So we go to Watts. I think we forge... I think we just forge this, right? And we can forge that. We know that the axe has int on it, so we're gonna keep that as it is. Okay, Dark Con and Con Fire. Okay. Now we are out of here. Alright, so early game is pretty much cleared out. Pretty much. Get this to level 2. We get this to level 2. We do one more right here. Alright, level 2 Shade. So we have to cannon over to Water Palace. And then cannon over to Upper Land. Fire Seed, though. We also have the axe. Okay, there's a level up. I suppose I could have thrown out 2 Lucent Beams, but that's okay. I'm not worried about Girl's Magic all too much, honestly. What I might just end up doing is casting it during boss fights and let it level up that way. And this is just in case we run into a Dark Element boss or something. Which I think we've already seen one. Okay, so we trigger the orb, we head to can head to Matango, I guess. Okay. Okay, he is there. Getting silenced? Yep. Something told me I probably should have just went straight to Kokara, but I mean, we do have the axe, so we can at least make this check. It's a free check, so I'm not expecting much because it's hard complexity, but you never know. It could be something we need here. We can check the shop here while we're at it. Alright, ooh, okay, Steel Cap is actually nice. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. Big, decent defense for the boy. We can actually sell the midrobe here, and we sell the bandana here. We don't have a helmet for the Sprite yet, unfortunately. Alright, so Boy is rocking 13 defense armor across the board. Yeah, he's got Steel Cap, Golden Ring, and Spiky Suit. They all have 13 defense. Okay, Jab Orb. Sprite's got, let me see, fancy overalls and elbow pads for 24 defense. Girl's got a quilted hood, elbow pad, and her default Kung Fu suit for 32 defense. So we're okay for now. Alright, so our next order of business is to shoot over to Kakara here. Alright, so here's what we know so far. Gnome is in the Fire Palace somewhere. The Whip's in the Empire. We do have the Fire Seed. We have Shade, we have Lumina, we have Luna. Gnome's not required for Fire Palace, or Grand Palace rather. Undini, Sylphid, and Salamander are still unaccounted for, as is Dryad. Alright, what does this get us? Ooh, okay, 1600 gold is actually nice. We're gonna take that for sure because we need money. Alright, what you got? Ooh, nice. Okay, Tiger Cap is too expensive, so we're gonna go 2 Coon Caps. And a Silver Band, yes. We go Silver Band here. Alright, so... Oh, I didn't need to buy that Steel Captain. Oh well. Alright, so Sprite has a hat finally. Okay, Girl is fine for now. Yeah, Girl is fine for now. Alright, so what we're gonna do is drop a save. And we're gonna check out Fire Palace. We're gonna see what the orbs are. I doubt we can get through there. We do have 3 elementals though, so maybe, who knows. Maybe we have to check this out of logic, but we'll see. Before I hop the wall, we're gonna check what the first orb actually is. Maybe we don't have to hop the wall. Okay, we don't have to hop the wall. Alright, so Shade is the first orb. We have Shade. So that means this first check is in logic. And here's hoping it's Gnome. This Gnome would be lovely right now. It's not Gnome. Okay. Alright, so Gnome not there. Alright, second orb is Undini. Okay, we can't do anything about that, so that is a reset. Okay, so we know the second orb is Undini. So we go straight to Empire here. There's literally no reason to go Ice Country here. Oh, I don't have money. Ugh. Okay, hold on. Like I said, we gotta keep tabs of our money here. Money's gonna be very tight this seed. Okay, can we sell anything? Yeah, we can. Sell that. So we can sell the Steel Cap that I just bought earlier. Alright, now we can shoot over to Empire. Because we know the whip's in the Empire, we might as well go for that, and then we check Ice Country afterwards. After we full clear Empire, that is. But we're not doing too bad. I mean, Shade's kind of carrying us right now. Shade and Luna. Now keep in mind, this is hard complexity, so that flaming jump could be in a really silly spot. And there are plenty of options for as to where the flaming jump could be. And that fiery seed in particular is scaring me right now. All right, nothing on Mara. Go figure. Because there is a world where the flaming drum is at the Fire Palace, along with Gnome. Very possible. I think this is where I could use a stone weapon, honestly, because these enemies are a little bit beefy. For the most part, they are. Alright, so Empire, we know what the deal is. We check Northtown Castle chests, we save, and then we check the bosses. Alright, Chrissy doesn't say anything. Go figure. Go figure. Now, Chrissy's getting a lot like Mara, where she doesn't, you know, do anything. We check the shop. Wolfspan, Ruby Ahmed. I'm actually gonna pick this up for the girl. She could use a little bit of an upgrade for her chest piece. So we might as well just give that to her. It's not much, but better than what she has. Pretty much all the better chest armor is back in early game anyway. Because we saw golden vest, we saw fancy overalls, we saw chest guard, all in early game. Alright, axe orb. Another axe orb. Yeah, we can kill this guy, sure. I could use some cash anyway. There we go. These Embermen shouldn't do damage, right? Let's just hope they don't. Okay, 200 bucks. Flip out. We go ahead and save. And then we check out Metal Mantis, we check out Mech 2. Yeah, this looks like this is going to be one of those seeds, unfortunately. Where the flaming drum is not going to show itself until probably like an hour in a seed. Or probably more than that. Alright, Gigas. Earth element. I think what I do here is we go Dark Force and we go Lucent Beam with you. You don't have an end weapon, unfortunately, but that's fine. Did. This flamey gem could be in a rude spot. All right, Axe Orb. Yeah, this flamey gem could be in a really rude spot. Could be. Let me check my XP real quick. 644. Nah. They're giving 60 XP. Yeah, that's too high. Way too high. Let's see. Fire Seed is a possibility. We also have Undini required for the second orb in Fire Palace. Okay. You should be gone, right? Yeah, okay. We're just using the powers of dark and light here to carry us through the seed. That's pretty much all we can do. I mean, we have Luna as a backup if I need her. Okay. We get Spear's Orb and... okay, there's our whip. That's good. Whip is good. Guess we can check it. Ooh, okay. Whip has intelligence on it, so I might as well just slap that on her. And then we can save and go to ruins. Because we are casting magic with her too, so I might as well give her some intelligence boost weapons. Or give her an intelligence boost weapon. Or is it wisdom? It might be wisdom on her. And I do believe her Lucent Beam is level 2 now, so that's good. Alright, Jav Orb. We got 5 orbs for the Javelin, but we're probably not even gonna force the Javelin anymore. Alright, 800 bucks. And that should bring us to like 2,200 gold. Somewhere in there. 2,200 and some change. So we do have a little bit of money now that we can spend. I might invest in a walnut later on too, just in case. I'd like to have a backup walnut or two, especially since we're casting with Prim here. Alright, but so far so good though. I mean, this seed isn't too bad so far. Nah, let's just leave them alone. Killing that guy would be pretty greedy right now anyway. Alright. Okay, there's Undini. Ooh. Undini's there. I wonder if the game is trying to point me to Fire Palace. I wonder. We have the whip, we have Undini now, so maybe there is something required at Fire Palace. Nah, I didn't finish. Okay. Maybe no might be required for something. I don't know. Because it is strongly suggesting that Fire Palace has something important. If the game is giving us both the whip and Undini. Dead. Maybe the Flamey Gem is at Fire Palace. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it is. It is hard complexity, so it could be. Alright, Whip Orb and another Whip Orb. Okay. Nothing there. Let's see what Dialect says. Dialect says Lumina required for Grand Palace. Okay, that's actually a pretty good hint. So we know that Lumina is required. We already have her, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, Kilroy, and he's Fire Element, looks like. Yeah, he's definitely Fire Element. Dead. Yeah. Something tells me that I probably should not neglect Ice Country here. I mean, I could go to Fire Palace, but I think I'd rather go Ice Country after this. Alright, Axe Orb and oh my gosh, the Wind Seed is here. That's actually bad because now the Wind Seed pedestal is a contender for having the Flamey Drum. Oh boy, what is this seed? Now we just gotta hope we pick right. How much money do we have? Oh, 3,600. Let me see what I can get from the shop real quick. I am going to invest in one walnut though. Grab this, I guess. Yeah, sure. Well, who's still running elbow pad? You? Okay. We'll give this to you. Actually, what I might do is upgrade everyone to Tiger Caps. I need 3,300 gold though. I gotta make sure I have 50 extra gold to get to Ice Country though, which I probably won't. So instead, I guess we go 2 tiger caps and we keep the quilted hood on the girl, maybe. Although I should give her one of the tiger caps because she has the lowest chest armor piece right now compared to everyone else. I mean, boys at 13, so Sprite's got fancy overalls. Boys got spiky suits still. Yeah, maybe I just buy 2. That way I won't blow all my money. Yeah, I think we just buy 2 here. I'm just gradually upgrading everyone's armor as things scale up in levels. Okay, we can sell this. We can sell these. I might be able to get that 3rd tiger cap actually. Yeah, we can get that 3rd tiger cap, sure. And then we can sell the quilted hood. Yeah. 10. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that silver band. I could, but it's only a 2 defense increase, so it's not worth it right now. And I think everyone's good for now. Yeah. All right, let's go to Ice Country. I would make a gamble for Fire Palace right now, but the reason why I don't want to is because we might run into a situation where that 3rd Fire Palace orb is something that we don't have, and then I'll have to leave anyway. So I would rather check Ice Country to see what's here. The Flamey Jump could be in Ice Country for all we know, but it's hard complexity, so we'll see. There is a decent chance that there is something on Frost Gigas though. A decent chance. Okay, I know I just upgraded my armor. I just want to see what's here. Okay, needle helm. Okay, we don't need any of this stuff. I will buy these though. I don't have any healing items. I don't think I need any healing items right now. We do have Undini for the girl, so we can rely on Cure Water if we need to, but right now we really don't need to. Let's get this to level 3. We also got to consider that there could be something behind the Wind Sea too. Okay, spear in a hard to reach spot. We know where the spear is. It's on Mech 3. We don't really care about the spear. But the spear is something we will get after we reach go mode. On the way to the end of the game. Alright, we're gonna pump Shade up to 3 here. Oops. There we go. Alright, who is this? Tropicalo? Yeah. Well, looks like he's Dryad element. $11 AP, yeah. Did I really only steal 5 MP from him? Oh, he's dead. That was weird. I think it was Dryad element. I couldn't really tell. Might have been wind. Okay, we leveled level 13. That means we have 12 max MP now on the girl and sprite. Alright, salamander oven has glove orb. Okay, so nothing there that we care about anyway. Everything of sprites is level 3. We go ahead and full clear Ice Palace here. Where am I going? Okay, there's the Dark Seed. And that doesn't really help us right now, but it's an extra seed nonetheless. It really just means I can get my spells up to level 4. Trying to get a little bit of extra money here. I'm trying to make a little bit of money wherever I can. Okay, whips level 1. Alright, so triple time pole spot should be what did we fight at Undini's cave? I think it was it a Gigas? I think it was a Gigas. Oh no, it was a Mech Rider. Okay, he is Dark Element, so I got something for you. He did. Yup. Alright, so let's see. We still have Sylphid and Salamander unaccounted for. We know where Gnome is. And Dryad's unaccounted for. But it's required for Grand Palace. So we will have to find Dryad at the very least. No, we have no earthly idea where Dryad is, though. Alright, Spring Beak? Yeah. And just in case this doesn't kill him. You should be dead, right? We didn't want to risk him casting wall. We had shade, yeah, but still, we don't want him casting wall. Or sleep flower for that matter. Sleep flower is more annoying because you can't do anything for 10 seconds. Alright, Axe Orb and Salamando's here. Interesting. Salamando. I'm gonna go ahead and start leveling this up. I want to level this up to at least 2. Alright, so let's see. What's our next stop? Pretty sure our next stop is Fire Palace. Almost positive. We messed the targeting up on that one, unfortunately. Alright, 4,000 gold. Yeah, I'm thinking we go Fire Palace here. We have Undini, we have the whip, we have the fire seat, so we can just fully clear Fire Palace right now. I think. It depends on what that third orb is though. We have every elemental except for Gnome. We know Gnome's in Fire Palace. Sylphid and Dryad. Okay, we don't need armor. Grab another walnut. No, we don't need armor. I'm actually not gonna save split this because I'm almost positive that there is something in Fire Palace that is required. I'm not saying that it's Gnome specifically, but there could be something else in Fire Palace that's required, like, you know, the flaming drum. It could be. Alright, so we don't need to hop the wall. We might as well just go around. Right, because we reset out of this earlier. That's why this orb is still here. Because if you recall, we triggered that, we got the chest, and then we saw this orb over here, and then we reset. So that's why that orb was still there. Okay, so there's that. Alright, let's see what Gnome is. Water seed. Oh god. What is this? This is getting pretty ugly actually. Yeah, because the water seed is now a candidate for having the flaming drum. Gnome? Nope. Okay, so Gnome is at the fire seed pedestal. He's gotta be. Which means we have to check this, because if this last orb is either Sylphid or Dryad, then we can't get to Gnome, which means Gnome isn't required for anything else. So depending on what this last orb is, will depend on what I do next. And we know the orb can't be a Gnome orb. Alright, what do we got? Okay, Salamander. Alright, that works. Let's not cast that. We cast this instead. Level 2 Lava Wave has a really long animation. That's why I don't want to cast that there. You should be dead, right? Yeah, okay. Wow. All right, so Salamander was the last. This has got to be a chain. Because we found Salamander at Frost Gigas, which we needed the whip for. Yeah, so this is Gnome. Yep, we knew that. Whip out. Okay, so what is my next play here? I did not mean to cast that on her. We got the wind seed and the water seed though. That's scaring me though. Pretty sure we want to go to Matango and we want to make a save split. Something tells me I need to check the wind seed and the water seed. We got Gnome too. Another thing that could be possible is Flamey Cave. Oh man. I think I just save in Matango, right? Yeah, we're gonna drop a save in Matango. We're gonna save split. I mean, yeah, we'll save split in Matango. I don't want to though, but because my logic is Flamey Cave is only one check, and there's 2 checks at both the Wind Palace and the Water Palace. So I would rather check those places first. Because if it's anything like that one seed of the week that we had a couple of weeks ago, then the Flamey Drum could be either at the Wind Palace or the Water Palace. So we are going to check the Wind Palace right now. Now, I don't know if this is the right play. It seems like the most sensible play, though, to me anyway. Of course, I could be dead wrong. Honestly, you know what I should do? I actually should make my save right here. Yeah, I'm gonna make my save right here. I'm gonna check Water Palace first. Yeah, let's check Water Palace first. Because on that other seed of the week, the Flamey Drum was at the damn Water Palace. So I would rather check this first. And if it's here, then it's here. But if it's not, then we reset and then we check Wind Palace. And if it's not there, we have to check Flamey Cave. We could also run into the Earth Seed here, which would be really bad. Because then the Earth Palace pedestal would be a possible check as well. If we run into the Earth Seed, that is. So we're going to check Water Palace right now. And see what we come up with. Hard complexity is definitely at work here. Okay, Dryad element, I think. Let's try Shade. Actually, He's wind element. All right. So I need to use gnome on him. Yeah, we have to use gnome on him. My gnome's level 0 though. There's also a mech 3 too. Or 16. Oh, we gotta take the silence off the sprite. This is why wind element bosses are annoying, because they can silence you. Oh, you ain't dead yet? There we go. All right. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why wind element bosses are so annoying, because they can silence you, they can cast balloon on you, and they can just be pains in the butts. And if you don't have like medical herbs, then you can't do anything about it. All right, Bozorb, what's here? Spear Orb. Wow, nothing at the Water Palace. Okay, so that was a dud. We gotta be set. We check Wind Palace here. That's why I made the save here, in case we struck out at Water Palace. Alright, we check Wind Palace though. Alright, Hexes. Alright, we got you. We're gonna go Breeze here. I got a better idea for you, girlie. I want you casting this. Okay. Where did we get that water seed? I think we found that at was it Empire? No, Fire Palace. We got that at the Fire Palace. And that didn't lead to anything. Okay, Axe Orb. Let's check Wind Palace and see what's here. Okay, nothing. The gold key. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. We might not need it for anything, but then again, we might need it. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Not to mention, we also have the light seed, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Alright, so the only place that's left that we can check right now is Flamey Cave. Yeah. So, unless there's an Earth Seed at Flamey Cave, which I hope to God there's not, then the Flamey Cave should have our Flamey Drum. Should. Okay, we're getting silence. Yeah. Unfortunate. Nah, I forgot. Dang, silence. So... come on. that means that whatever the orb is in Flaming Cave has to be something that we have already. It has to be. So it can't be Sylphid or Dryad because we don't have those. I'm just doing this to stun these guys. I don't want them silencing me. And silence is the last thing I want to be dealing with right now. And then the dang kimono bird silences me. What the hell? I guess the kimono bird was like, alright, you silenced my friend, I'm gonna do it my damn self. Alright, what's the orb here? It has to be something that we already have, right? No, okay. Ugh. That's a heck of a chain, though. Alright, who is this? Another Hexus. Alright. We're gonna go Dark Force here. Just gotta watch my MP. That's probably not enough. Nah. And these bosses are scaling as well. They're level 17. Yeah. And you should be dead, right? Yep. Okay. So this has to be either the Flaming Drum itself or it has to be an Earth Seed. It's gotta be. It's gotta be one of those two. Okay, sort of. All right, what do we got? Flaming Drum. Okay, it had to be one or the other. All right, so now we finally got the Flaming Drum. We are going to go straight to Grand Palace because we need to know what else we need. Actually, you know what? Before I go to Grand Palace, I want to go to Mandala Temple. Maybe we can grab some hints. We can check the shop here while we're in the area. 9k gold. You have nothing I want. All right. Alright, so the plan here is to get some hints, go to Grand Palace, and see what we need. See what else we need. Every elemental is accounted for except for Sylphid and Dryad. We know Dryad is required though. Alright, Flaming Drum, we just found that. We literally just got that. Alright, nothing there. Total elements is 5. Okay, so we know of 3 of them. Okay, cool. Alright, Sylphid is on a ped. Good to know. Whip we already have. Nothing there. And Midge Mallet late. Okay, so Sylphid's on a ped. 5 elementals are required though. Minus Gnome, because we know Gnome's not required. So I think what I'm gonna do is check the hints on Jock and Jack. This might be a long shot though, but right now we just need... Get up here. Right now we just need information. Because if you think about it, there aren't that many checks left in general. There's only late game checks because we literally fully cleared mid game. There's nothing else in mid game that we can check. There's 1 check left in early game, and that's Earth Palace. Or 2 checks. And we're getting slept. Yep. Come here, girlie. Need you. We haven't found Ivy Amulets, unfortunately, so we can't do anything about that besides, you know, medical herb or whatever. Alright, Dryad is late. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Fire Finals, no. Okay, so we know... That tells us that Dryad's not at the Earth Palace. That's actually a pretty good hint, because that way we don't need to go looking for the Earth Seed. So we know Dryad is late. We know Sylphid's on a pedestal, but what we're going to do is go to Grand Palace and find out as much information as possible as to what else we need. Because there is a chance we don't need Sylphid. There is a chance. It's a chance I'm willing to take. But we do need to find Dryad. We know Dryad's late. So let's see what we can learn. Best case scenario is we don't need Sylphid. Alright, Salamander. Okay, Salamander's good. That's 4. And we know that 5 elementals are required, and we know of 4 of them. Okay, this is Luna. Alright, Luna's required as well. We already know that. How much MP you has, Bert? 8. Alright, go ahead and drain here. Okay. So now we just hopefully can find out what that last elemental required is. Let's see how far we can get here. Shade. Okay, so Shade is required. That's our 5th element. So that means Sylphid is not required. Good. Which means we only need to look for Dryad at this point. It's always Dryad. It's always that silly tree spirit. For the last 3 seeds, we need a Dryad. And Dryad, we have no clue where Dryad is though. Okay, Lumina. Oh, you don't have any dang MP. Alright. I'll use my walnut here. I don't want to, but I might as well. I have to come back anyway though. Okay, so we know what's required. Now we just have to find Dryad. Right here? Oh, there's the dang sword. Okay. There's our Dryad room. So we can't do anything about that yet. Okay, Shade. Alright, so that's all we can do right now. Alright, so Dryad is late. Let me check the Sunken City chest. She could be free. She could be free. I don't know though. It is hard complexity though. Alright, $1,000. Kill this. Okay. Um, let's see. How much money do we have? 10K. All right. I do believe it's time for an armor upgrade. So we're gonna go ahead and drop by. I'm gonna drop by Kaipo. And I'm gonna pick up some golden vests. And we'll pick up 3 of these. Go ahead and sell these off because we don't need them anymore. Girl definitely needs an armor upgrade because she's been sitting on that chain vest for quite some time, and it's time to get her off of that. Let's see. Tiger Cats, golden vest. We still have silver band, golden ring, and wolf band. We have 4,200 gold left still. Let me go to Gold Isle. We do have the gold key. The issue is we don't know where Dryad is though. We know she's late game. Could get these. Yeah, sure, why not? We get these. Grab a walnut. Where do we look though? I mean, I suppose we can start here since I'm already here. Might as well. Before I do that, I'm going to drop a save though. Because I think the worst case scenario is if Dryad is behind like the mana tree or something, or if she's behind the moon seed, or behind the Dryad seed. Yeah, so let's check this out. Oh wow, I love this game. Kill this guy because I'm triggered right now. I'm so tilted right now. So we did ended up needing that gold key from the Wind Palace. Wow, we got super lucky there. We really did. Because we could have needed to go to, say, Pure Land or pretty much anywhere else that's late. Wow, that it's like I said, sometimes hard complexity throws you a bone and it doesn't put something required at a harder to reach location. Oh, come on with the speed down, guys. You're getting on my nerves with that. And the funny thing is, I just sold my dang golem ring, which protects against that. Alright. Yeah, we got super lucky with finding Dryad right there. Insanely lucky. Because it's easy to think, since it's hard complexity, that, oh, our progression item is like at the furthest reach location or is in a really silly spot. But when it comes to hard complexity, sometimes that's just not the case. Alright, so that's go mode. But overall, I think I routed this pretty well. Alright, who's this? Snapdragon? You're wind element, aren't you? I think you are. How much? 200. And I guess we can just stick with Gem Missile, why not? Might as well. Dead. Do we level here? We do not. Okay, so no level up there. Which means I need to drain first thing. Snack. We already fought you earlier. Wow, 2 MP from that? At level 5? Seriously? Wow. Okay then. Okay, this freeze is doing 600, which is good. There we go. He's dead anyway. I was going to say, we were draining for 2 and 3 with a level 5 magic absorb? Okay, nothing there. I just got the short end of the stick there. Let that go. Let that go. Because if I chain that, we do how much? Yeah, it's like 300 if I chain a second one of that. Yeah. Because chances are he has over 999 HP. And if I chain 2, we hit the max. And I'd have to cast a third spell. So in that case, we might as well just cast them one at a time. And just let the damage go after each one. Alright, this should be the spear. Yeah, we got hints about that earlier. Mana Fortress unlocked. How much money do we have? 7,400. I don't think we need armor. I hope we don't need armor. I doubt it. I doubt we need armor. We're good. I think we're okay. We're just gonna go. But yeah, this was a pretty mean seed. I don't think it was as mean as last week's seed, but it was mean enough. Because last week's seed was quite mean. I should probably put on a cutting weapon here and put the sword on. And that way I don't have to swap to this part. But yeah, thankfully we got Dryad when we did. Oh my god, this thing is in the way. Get out of the way. Okay, it looks like the sword inflicts petrify. I think. Okay. You, I believe, are water elements, so we're just gonna throw fireballs on you. Alright, Ice Saber. We're gonna go ahead and refresh speed up on the boy. What level is my shade? I think my shade is level 4, I think. Either 4 or 5. Our shade might be level 5. I'm not sure. I guess I can find out real quick. Okay, it's 5. Alright. Just checking. Alright, I'm actually gonna refresh this right now. And then I'm gonna cast Wall on everybody. Just gotta watch my MP here. 4, okay. He should be dead, actually. Right here. Mm-hmm. Alright, way to go. We did not level up after this fight. $1,000. Drain one more time. Alright, let's be careful here. And these guys are level 21. Get up here. Man, Sprite got poisoned somehow, I don't know. Alright, Dark Glitch, and he's Dryad. Okay, so we just go with Freeze then. Wait a minute. You're not water, are you? No, you're not water. You gotta be Dryad. Yeah, you're just not taking a lot of damage. Yeah, you're Dryad, alright. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're not Dryad. No, you are Dryad. We drained 40 MP from him. Okay, Mana Beast is going to be level 32. Let's see what we can do here. We have 17 MP, so that's what, 3 gates. We don't have Sulfur, unfortunately. One more. Yeah, it might be too early. No, we're good. He's dead, I think. Yeah. Alright, GG. Killed him before he even came on the screen. That's what I like to see. The invisible Mana Beast kill. I mean, he's there, but you can't see him. Oh, wow. This seed. I mean, like I said earlier, I don't think this seed was as rude as last week's seed, but it was rude enough. Pretty much the majority of this seed was just finding the Flamey Drum. I mean, because the Flamey Drum, I have to count complexity. I can't guess the complexity right now. I have to count it. All right, 152.14. Not bad. Probably could be a little better, but I'll go ahead and accept that time. I'll go ahead and accept that time. I mean, like I said, most of this seed was just finding the Flamey Drum. So let us count complexity. Usually on a hard complexity seed, the complexity count is rather high. Not all the time, but sometimes it is. So let's count the complexity. So we found, let's see, the fire seed at Tropicalo, which ended up being required. That was complexity 0. Shade girl. Girl came with the axe. All complexity 0. Light seed complexity 0. Didn't need that for anything. That was just there. We found the bow in Moogle Village. That was complexity 0 too. Luna was at the sword pedestal, which was complexity 1 because we needed the axe to get there. And Luna we needed for Upperland 2. So everything after the Upperland orb was complexity 2. So let's see. We had the Sea Hairtail at Manta Sand. That's complexity 0 too. Sprite at Witch's Castle. Lumina also at Witch's Castle. Sprite also came with the gloves. So that would be complexity 1 right along with Luna. Because again, we only needed the axe to get to Sprite. Sprite was required to get through Upperland. So that would mean, let's see, we found, what did we find at Empire? I think it was Undini and the Whip and the Wind Seed were complexity 2. Yeah, because we needed Sprite to get through Upperland. So Undini, which was at Northtown Ruins, Whip, which was at Northtown Ruins. I'm sorry, the Whip was at Northtown Castle, actually. Wind Seed was on Vampire. So all that was complexity 2. Then we went to Ice Country. We found the Dark Seed. That would be complexity 2 as well. Salamander would be complexity 2. Let's see. And then we had to take Undini to get through Fire Palace. So that's where we found the Water Seed, which would be complexity 3. And then Salamando needed for the last orb. Gnome on the Fire Seed pedestal. Gnome would be complexity... Wait. Salamando was complexity 2, right? Because Whip... Yeah, Sprite needed for Upperland. Sprite was complexity 1. Salamando required the Whip. The Whip was complexity 2, so Salamander will be complexity 3, which means that means Gnome would be complexity 4. If I got it right. Yeah, I think Gnome would be complexity 4 in this case. And then we needed Gnome to get through Flamey Cave, so the Flamey Drum is actually complexity 5. We also found, let's see, the Wind Seed was, the Wind Seed was at Vampire, but the Gold Key was behind the Wind Seed. So the Gold Key would actually be complexity 3, I believe, because the Wind Seed was complexity 2. And then Dryad would be complexity 6. And I think that was it. As far as stuff that we needed anyway. Who knows if there's items that are beyond complexity 6? There could be. We never found the Earth Seed. We never found the Moon Seed or the Dryad Seed. So I think whatever was behind the Dryad Seed would be complexity 7. Or the Moon Seed for that matter. So we never found either of those. So this is most likely a 7 complexity seed. Most likely. If I got my math right, which I could be wrong. I think I'm right though. But anywho, yeah, we made some good choices early on. Like going to Empire over Ice Country was 100% the play because we knew that the whip was in the Empire, and of course in Vanilla Long that means the whip is required. So we have to get that. So I would rather just, go get the whip and then full clear Empire, take whatever else was there, and then backtrack and do Ice Country. That's where we found the Dark Seed and Salamando. We take those to Fire Palace. Now, there is a world where someone goes Matango here, but the issue with that is, what if you don't have what's required for Flamey Cave? But That's if the runner goes to Flaming Cave. The person could also go to Water Palace, because I think the Water Seed. Actually, no. Wind Palace. I'm sorry. Wind Palace was on Vampire. The Water Seed was in the Fire Palace. So there is a world where someone could go to Matango to check Wind Palace after doing Ice Country. So there is a world where someone does that. But I truly believe that the better play there is to go to Fire Palace because one, you know that Gnome is there. Two, you know that you have the whip. And three, you need to find out what that third orb is. And thankfully, it was Salamander. I don't think that going Water Palace I think I could have saved a little bit of time had I just gone to Flammy Cave when I got to Matango, but we had both the Wind Seed and the Water Seed at the time, so my thought process there was, okay, you know what? Water Seed is 2 checks. Wind Seed is 2 checks. Flammy Cave is 1 check. What are the odds that the Flammy Drum is either behind the Water Seed or the Wind Seed? So the odds are kind of in your favor, but in this instance, they weren't because the Flammy Drum happened to be in Flammy Cave. Water Seed was a bust. Wind Seed was actually, or Wind Palace rather, was actually required because it had the gold key, which we needed to get to Dryad. And of course, we stumbled upon Dryad really quickly, which was really good because we literally full cleared mid game and most of early game, except for the Earth Palace, which we didn't have the seed for that. But all of that was fully clear, and that was before the Flammy Drum. So what's left is just late game areas. And that's when it can get a little scary because, I mean, you haven't checked late game areas at all. You haven't had the opportunity to. So that means Dryad could have been anywhere late game. And Dryad could have been, it could have been possible that Dryad could be at the Earth Palace. But we checked hints and we got a hint saying that Dryad was late. So that meant that, okay, Dryad can't be at the Earth Palace because the Earth Palace is not a late game area. So that means you needed to check pretty much every late game area. But I decided to, the only reason I went to Gold Isle was to get some armor. And I had the gold key and the light seed at the time. So I figured, you know what, let's just check this while I'm here. And boom, there she was. But yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Dryad could have been on the Mana Tree. Dryad could have been in Kettle Kin spot. Dryad could have been, it could have been something like, it could have been something atrocious like Earth Seed into Moon Seed or Dryad Seed into Dryad herself. Or actually I could do better than that. It could have been Earth Seed into either Moon Seed or Dryad Seed into the other of the Moon Seed or Dryad Seed into Dryad. It could have been something crazy like that. So, I mean, hard complexity can do things like that, but like I said, hard complexity doesn't mean that your progression items are going to be behind chains or behind harder to reach locations 100% of the time. That's not the case. It just means that there is a chance that your progression item is going to be harder to get to, or you're going to have to go through a chain of items to get said progression item. So you can't take hard complexity for face value all the time. All right, anyway, 152.14 is our time. We're gonna go ahead and put that in right now. And I imagine that a lot of the runners aren't done with this seed yet, since I am recording this on Saturday. And of course, this video is going to be uploaded on Friday. So 1:52:14 is our time. Um, let me see. Yeah, so only one other runner has completed so far. So I don't know how good we did. I won't know until like later on in the week, like Thursday, when all the other runners have done the seed. So right now we are at 1:52:14, which is the quickest time so far. Like I said, all the other runners haven't done the seed yet. So yeah, not that honestly, it's not that bad of a seed. I mean, it is a little trolly, especially right around the time you go back to Matango and check. You had the possibility of checking Water Seed, Wind Seed, and Flammy Cape. So it does get a little trolly around there because then you have to decide. You either play the odds and check the pedestals, or you go against the odds and go to Flammy Cave, which I can see someone going to Flammy Cave over, say, Water Palace or Wind Palace. I can see it. And then what someone would do, they'll get their Flammy Drum, and then they may go look for hints. They'll see eventually that Sylphid hint, that Sylphid's behind a Mana Seed Ped. And then they may think, okay, I don't have Sylphid, I don't have Dryad. I know that Lumina, Luna, and Dryad are required. And if they go to Mandala Temple, they'll find out that there's 5 elementals required. So they might go checking pedestals. They may run across Sylphid. We don't know where Sylphid is though. They'll find the gold key should they check the Wind Seed pedestal. We also had Dark Seed Ped in play. Light Seed Ped. Well, you can't check Light Seed Ped until you do Wind Seed Ped. So, and I think that's it. So I don't know. I mean, there's several ways you could have run that portion of the run, honestly. But I think the hardest part of this run is after getting the Flaming Drum when you have to look for Dryad, because you have not checked any late game areas because you couldn't, because you had no Flaming Drum, obviously. So that meant you'd have to check everything from Dark Palace to Pure Lands and Sunken City. So, like I said, we just got lucky. We found Dryad when we did, and thank goodness, because, and I know my way of thinking, hard complexity, yeah, that's a thing, but it's like I said earlier, you can't take hard complexity for face value all the time. So that's why I wanted to, my ultimate goal was to do free checks late game. That was my ultimate goal. But I wanted to go get some armor for my team, so that's why I went to Gold Isle. We haven't seen the shop there, so, and then that's when I said to myself, you know what, let's just check Light Palace, because we're already here. Light Palace is a late game area. What are the chances that Dryad is here? Very small, but we made the gamble and we found her. It be like that sometimes, you know. That's how randomizers work. All right, 1:52:14 is our time for the seed of the week number 202. Yeah, like I said, not that bad of a seed. The flags weren't that bad. This could have been much trollier, could have been much worse. We had access to an early sprite, early girl. We had, you know, access to plenty of seeds, plenty of spell power. You can just blast through these bosses. And again, randomized boss elements can be annoying to deal with, especially if you're dealing with, you know, Dryad element bosses or Moon element bosses. Especially Wind element bosses can be tricky to deal with. Fire element bosses, we came across, I think, a couple of snakes that were fire element. Fire element can be tricky to deal with too, and so can light element because of lucid barrier. If you don't have magic, if you do have magic there, then it's not that big of a deal. Water, earth, and dark element bosses aren't that big of a deal. Um, I suppose water could be a big deal if they cast Ice Saber on themselves and you don't have a lot of defense, they can freeze you. But other than that, it's not really that big of a deal. Same with Gnome and Stone Saber. So it is what it is. I mean, randomized boss elements can be annoying sometimes. Depends on your situation. Alright, so that's it for this Seed of the Week. I will see you all next time.